Hello friends, this is Professor D. Kulkarni. Welcome to all of you to my channel. We are watching Advanced Financial Management. Under that, this is video number 11. Topic is Economic Value Added and example number is 5. So let us go to the example. So this is example number 5th on EVA. So check out with the help of the following information, calculate EVA. Check out what is given below. 12% debentures 2000 crore, equity capital 500 crore, reserve and surplus 7500 crore, risk free rate 9%, beta factor 1.05, market rate of return 19%, equity market risk premium 10%, operating profit after tax 2100 crore, tax rate 30%. So this information is given to us, and with the help of this information, we have to find out, we have to calculate economic value addition, that is EVA. Now we know that to calculate EVA, we require three main components. That is net operating profit after tax, capital invested, and weighted average cost of capital. So out of that, you can check out operating profit after tax. That amount is directly given to us 2100. So we can note down. So 2100 crore, that amount is directly given to us. Second one is capital invested. That is equal to equity and debt. Equity includes share capital and reserve and surplus. So we can check out in this example, 12% debentures is given as rupees 2000 crore. So which is nothing but the debt, that is long-term borrowed amount. So debt amount is rupees 2000 crore. Next one is equity capital is given 500 crore and reserve and surplus is 7500 crore. So these two combined, these consist of equity. Equity capital 500 crore and reserve and surplus 7500 crore. So equity capital 500 crore and this one 7500. So total equity will be 8000 crore and total capital invested, that is equity plus debt, that becomes 10,000 crore. Check out, share capital is 500 crore, reserve and surplus 7500 crore. So equity is equal to 8000 crore, debt 2000 crore. So total capital invested, equity plus debt 10,000 crore. Now third component is weighted average cost of capital, which is not given to us directly. Some information is given relating to that. So first we know that debt. For the debt is concerned, debentures interest rate is known to us. And out of total capital, we know the amount of debentures. Because here, the total capital is 10,000. Out of 10,000, debentures are 2,000. Means we know, we can find out the proportion of debentures on total capital. So it means with the help of this interest rate and the proportion of debenture on total capital, we can find out the weighted average cost of debentures. For equity, some other information is given. So before that, first we will find out the specific cost of debt. So working note number 1, cost of debt. Cost of debt KD is equal to I into bracket 1 minus T divided by SV. I stands for interest. You can check out interest. The amount of debenture is 2000 crore. Rate of interest is 12%. So 12% on 2000, that comes to 240. Here I am calculating the cost of debt with the amount of interest. Instead of that, one can even calculate directly with the rate. So directly considering the I as an interest rate, that is a 12%. If you consider the 12%, 1 minus t, even also you can get the cost of debt. But here, for your easy understanding, I am calculating the amount of interest. So amount of interest is 240, that is a 12% of 2000 into 1 minus t. T stands for tax rate. Check out, tax rate is given in the example. Tax rate is a 30%. So 1 minus 0.03 divided by SV. SV means amount of or value of debentures. So that is 2000 crore. And as we have to calculate the cost of debt in terms of percentage, so multiplied by 100. And once when we solve this, you can solve it on the calculator. You will get the answer. Cost of debentures or cost of debt is equal to 8.4%. So here we have got the cost of debt. Now we have to find out cost of equity. Traditionally, we have seen for calculating cost of equity, three approaches. Dividend approach, D upon P. Earning approach, E upon P. Growth approach, D1 upon P0 plus G. But out of that, nothing is given to us. Neither dividend per share is given, not market price per share is given, nor earning per share is given, no growth rate is given. But some new information is given. That is a risk-free rate, beta factor, market rate of return, and equity market risk premium. So with the help of this, even we can calculate the cost of equity capital. So this is the way of calculating CAPM. This is another method. CAPM, that stands for Capital Asset Pricing Model. According to this theory, this is one of the theory. As per this theory, cost of equity is equal to risk-free rate plus beta into market return rate minus risk premium. Check out, this is the formula. Risk-free rate plus beta into market return rate minus risk premium. Now the risk-free rate. Risk-free rate is given in the example. You can check out. So this is risk-free rate. Risk-free rate is given 9%. So this is risk-free rate 9%. You can check out this one. Risk-free rate is a 9%. Now risk-free rate means the rate of return available on government securities. Normally whatever that cost of equity capital is calculated by the approach of opportunity cost of capital or expectations of shareholders from the equity. So obviously when I say the opportunity cost of my investment, my funds, or my expectation from the equity, so definitely first I keep the benchmark as a risk-free rate. How much is the risk-free rate? Then how much risk I am taking? Obviously someone when invest in equity market, he takes the risk. So what is the risk premium for that? And so obviously the benchmark is risk-free rate. That is the rate available on government securities plus risk premium. So that combinedly will become my total expectation from equity, and that stands for cost of equity capital according to capital asset pricing model. So here risk-free rate is given as a 9% plus beta. Beta is something which tells us the risk. Market beta is always 1. Beta 1 means your risk is almost equal to the market. Whatever is the risk of market, same quantum of risk you are taking when your beta is 1. When beta is more than 1, it means the risk of individual scrip is greater than market. If beta is less than 1, it means the risk of that, if that particular shares or that particular scrip is less than market. Here the beta factor is given 1.05. So risk beta factor 1.05 into market return rate. Market return rate also given to you 19%. So on the market, what are the returns? That is a 19% minus risk premium minus risk free rate. So it is wrong. Actually, this combined is called as a risk premium. So here instead of Premium, I will see risk free minus risk free rate. So risk free rate already we know that is a 9%. So 19% minus 9%. Actually, you can just try to understand it. Market return rate is a 19% and risk free rate is a 9%. Means obviously risk premium is a 10%. So market return minus risk free rate. This is called as actually a risk premium. So here risk premium is of a 10%. Means on risk-free government securities, I can get the return of 9%. On equity, I am getting the return of 19%. Means my risk premium is of 10%. So ultimately, either you can take directly as a risk premium or market return rate minus risk-free rate. So this is 9% plus 1.05 into 19.9%. If you solve this, you will get the answer that cost of equity is equal to 19.5%. So this is CAPM theory. Risk-free rate plus beta into market return rate minus risk-free rate. So here we have got individual cost of equity 19.5% and cost of debt 8.4%. Now we can calculate weighted average cost of capital. Now amount of debt we know that is rupees 2000, amount of equity 8,000, total capital 10,000, cost of debt just we have calculated 8.4%, cost of equity 19.5%. So cost of equity is 19.5%. So next one is proportion of each capital on total capital or weight. So that is debt 2000 divided by 10,000. That comes to 0.2. For equity 8,000 divided by 10,000. That comes to 0.8. Now the third one is weighted cost. As I have given the formula directly, because of that I have got this answer directly. But it is 8.4% into 0.2. Again we can calculate over here. 8.42 into 0.2. That is a 2%. We will take the two decimals. It may be the rounded up. So when we take the two decimals, it comes to 1.68%. Now 19 here, 19.5% into 0.8. That is a 16% rounded up. We will take two decimals, 15.6. So my total weighted average cost of capital is equal to 1.68% plus 15.6. That is come to 17%. It also must have been rounded up. We will take two decimal. So that is a 17.8%. So my weighted average cost of capital is 17.28%. 17.28%. Now I will find out the EVA. EVA, net operating profit after tax. This is 2,100. So net operating profit after tax 2,100 minus capital invested. This is 10,000. Here we have calculated capital invested. You can check out capital invested 10,000 into WACC into WACC 17.28%. Bracket complete. So 2,100 minus 10,000 into 17.8%. When we solve it, I am solving with the help of Excel. You can solve it with the help of calculator. 2,100 minus into bracket 10,000 into 17.28% bracket complete is equal to 372. Check out, all amounts are in crores. So this is 372 crore. So the answer is EVA 372 crore. I hope you have understood this one. So in this example, we have seen the new thing, that is the another approach of calculating cost of equity capital, that is according to the CAPM theory. The formula is risk-free rate plus beta into market return rate minus risk-free rate. Now, which approach we have to select? That is according to the information available in the example. Suppose dividend per share and market price is given, we will select dividend approach D upon P. If earning per share is given, then earning per share divided by market price. If growth rate is given, then D1 upon P 0 plus G. And when the risk-free rate, market return and beta factor is given, then with the help of this one. So accordingly, we have to calculate the individual cost of each capital and then weighted average cost of capital. And after getting these three components, NOPAT, capital invested, and WACC, we can easily find out economic value added. And the economic value added for this example is rupees 372 crore. I hope you understood this one. If any doubt, you can write in comment or you can even mail me. Thank you very much.